What is up, my beautiful people? I hope you guys are doing great. This phone is not really recording. I'm trying to do this video in the form of podcast, but not really like a podcast, you know what I mean? I can't even wink, y'all. Anyway, so this is a pretendable, that's not even a word, what the heck? This is a pretendable, well, now it is. This is a pretendable microphone. So basically today we are gonna be talking about who is texting me. Okay, my package just came. Thank you for letting me know, but okay. So today's video we are going to be talking about 10 things that I wish I knew as a teenager. So if you're a teenager, or honestly you just want to hear what I got going on, keep watching, sit down, go ahead and grab your snack. I will be putting timestamp in the description box down below, so you can go ahead and skip around to whichever topic that interests you the most. And if you don't mind watching the whole video through, thank you in advance, and yeah, just enjoy the rest of the video. The first thing that I wish I knew when I was a teenager, basically knowing what I wanted to do in life. When I graduated high school, I was originally a nursing major. Honestly, this was the only thing that I knew of. I didn't know there was other options that I could have pursued. So I was like, okay, so I guess I'm gonna be a nurse. So I did 2 years in community college for nursing. I took all the nursing classes, anatomy, the labs and everything. I took all those nursing classes. Back in 22, that's when I started my business, TheKatiJ. When I was creating my website, I felt so happy, y'all. I was like, oh wow, I really love doing this. I don't mind working on this 24/7. I was like, okay, so nursing is definitely not for me. So fast forward, I graduated college with my AA as a nursing major, and then I transferred to a university where I completely changed my major. I was like, okay, I'm not doing nursing. Like, nursing is not me. It's not for me. I cannot see myself doing nursing for the rest of my life. Like, no man, that's not for me. So I switched it to business. It only makes sense, you know. If I'm doing my business, I'm happy. If I go into a business major, I can't really go wrong with that. I'm saying all this just to say, like, if you are in high school, you haven't graduated yet, or you are in your senior year, make sure that whatever career that you want to pursue align with your hobbies or things that you can see yourself doing within 20 to 45 years, and you wouldn't be bothered if you do have to do this for the rest of your life. The next thing I wish I knew if I was a teenager would have to be having a relationship with God, y'all. Having a relationship with God is so important. Like, I've always been a Christian, but I didn't have a relationship with God. You can be a Christian, go to church every Sunday, and still don't have a relationship with God. That used to be how I was, okay? When I was younger, I used to go to church, and right after church, I just go about my day. I just go and be like, okay, so me going to church is just enough, you know, to be a Christian. When in reality, going to church is just like a cherry on top. For me, having a relationship with God is reading your Bible regularly. Just like when you getting to know somebody you are dating, in order to have a relationship with that person, to, you know, build a close bond with that person, you have to be seeing that person regularly. For me, it will have to be more than 3 times a week, okay? And if we're not seeing each other, then we gotta be on the phone or talking. Like, we have to keep in communication, so that way we know, hey, I still like you. The same thing can be said with having a relationship with God. You have to be in your word. You have to get to know God characteristic. When you start getting to know God and get into your word, you will start having conviction about certain things that you do, so the Holy Spirit will be activated, you know. And the reason that you are starting to not liking certain things is because you know, hey, the God that I serve, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that, and therefore I shouldn't be liking these things either. You know what I mean? The next thing I would wish I knew if I was a teenager is monitoring spirit. And I honestly just start hearing this on TikTok like very recently, and I'm like, wow, that is interesting. Monitoring spirit, basically in simple definition, is a hater. They are very deceitful, meaning they can appear as somebody you know, or you think you know this person. In reality, they plotting against you, but no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Regardless of what the enemy used for bad, God can always turn it around and use it for good. And that's the beauty about God, you know. They are plotting against you, but guess what, baby? They're gonna be fall into their own trap. So when it comes to monitoring spirit, I would just say pray about it and ask God to give you a discerning spirit. Next thing I wish I knew if I was a teenager is having a credit card. Now the thing about credit card is you have to have a good relationship with money before you get a credit card. So with me, I use my credit card as my debit card, and the only time I won't use my credit card is if I don't have that money on my debit card. So let's say I'm going to Dollar Tree and my budget is $5 and I end up spending $7 and I have $10 in my debit card. I'm gonna use my credit card because I have that money in my debit card that can cover the purchase that I just made on my credit card. So now, once you have all these expenses, always make your payment on time. Or what I usually do sometimes, if I have the money available in my debit card, I can just purchase the item on my credit card today. The next day I just pay it off because that was the money I was gonna use on my debit card anyway. Why not use it to pay off my credit card? Because at the end of the day, once you make a purchase on your credit card, whatever amount of money you have on your debit card, that is not yours. Okay, so let's say you make $5 purchase on your credit card and you had like $35 on your debit card. Now you only have $30 because you owe your credit card $5. So just to sum up everything, make sure you make your monthly payment on your credit card on time. Having a credit card doesn't mean you have money. Having a credit card means you are using it to build up your credit, so that way when you make big purchases, you can purchase these items for a lower price or lower interest due to having a good credit score and good payments and everything. That is something I wish I knew if I was a teenager, because nowadays people, they have credit card, they just go wild and they be making purchase after purchase. Like, baby, this money is not yours. You are borrowing money, and when you don't pay those money on time, there is interest, and depending on how long it takes you to pay the money back, you might be, you know, paying that money 3 times or actually more than 3 times the amount that you should have been paying. So just be wise when it comes to credit cards. Don't just be making impulsive decisions when it be coming to credit card, because baby, that is something you don't want to be playing with, especially if you want your credit score to be up there. Next thing I want to be talk about when it comes to things I wish I knew if I was a teenager. So this is basically friendship. You know, now that I'm older, I don't even want to make any new friends, because hear me out, the only reason I don't want to make any new friends is friendship is an investment. You have to put time aside to connect with your friends, send them a text, call them. I feel like I'm not in the space to have any friendship, because the friend that I have, I barely talk to them. Like, you can ask any of my friends, I talk to them once in a while or every once in a blue moon. Focus on the friends that you truly have right now, and you know, cherish those friendships. If you know a friendship is not really good for you, then let it go. And that is my advice. I feel like I don't really have anything much to say when it comes to friendship, because like I said, I barely link up with the people that I have currently. But when we see each other, now we have tea to spill. Not really tea, because my life is dry, so there's no tea to spill. You gotta understand, like, maintaining this relationship is more important than having new friends every single week. If you're a teenager, hey, make your friends, but be wise about it. That's all I gotta say. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. Y'all, situationship is so ghetto. Last time I did a situationship, that was a long time ago, but when I tell you that situation really broke me, it broke me more than a relationship, y'all. When I tell you situationship is just so draining, like, it's hard to get over one. My advice is, don't get into no situationship. It's either you in a relationship or you're not. You in a relationship or you single. I'm telling you, you're not gonna like that feeling afterward when you and that person have to, you know, go separate ways. Then you're like, dang. And you can't be mad at it, because y'all was never in a relationship in the first place. It's called a situationship, not a relationship. So you cannot do nothing to fix a situationship. He never made it official. Like, he never asked you out, so you can't do nothing. All you can do is walk away and go about your life and be sad for however long you want to be sad. Situationship is not even in my vocabs. Like, don't even bother. If somebody is interested in you and you feel like it's leaning toward like being a situationship where you know that person really not gonna ask you out, just cut them off. Don't do situationship, y'all. Act like you don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. Like, huh? That is so ghetto. I don't understand. I don't understand. You mean a relationship? A relationship? Huh? What do you mean situationship? You mean a relationship? Oh, I'm single. Is that what it is? I'm single. or am I in a relationship? I don't understand. Like, there's no in between. You cannot tell me there's in between situationship. Like, no, it's either you're single or you're in a relationship. Choose one. Next time I see you, when I ask you what your relationship status, don't tell me you're in a situationship. You better say you in a relationship or you single. Otherwise, don't even talk to me. And don't even say it's complicated either, because that's even worse. What do you mean it's complicated? You guys, I've been talking for so long that my edges done sweat out, okay? Okay, that's how you know the tea is hot. If you see my edges sweating out, then yeah, the conversation is hard. So with that being said, let's move on to the next topic, which is comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy that's gonna make you doubt yourself. I must not be worthy. Comparison. What is comparison? That is a devil, deceitful way of making you think that, hey, this person is doing better than you are, therefore you must not be doing enough. Comparison. I feel like I just did a poem. Comparison. Anyway, so comparison. It's even bad when you are comparing yourself to somebody you don't even know, because you don't know what they're going through behind the scene. You don't know what they're going through closed door. You don't know what they had to go through to get to the life that they are living right now. So aim to be better, because you want your future self to be happy, and you want your future self to get to where you can imagine yourself to be. Not you are aiming to be better because you want to be competing with somebody else. No, you are competing against you. It's you against you. You yesterday and you today should be two different persons. Okay, so yesterday I didn't wake up on time. Okay, then tomorrow I'm gonna wake up on time. You are competing against yourself. What can I do to make me better? What can I do to make my future self proud? What can I do so I can be a better sister? What can I do so I can be a better daughter? You know, at the end of the day, y'all, we compare ourselves because we want our future self to be happy. So if we are focused on comparing ourselves to other people's lives, we are going to end up having a life that wasn't meant to be ours in the first place, because you should want to be your better you. If you never be your better you, then you will never live the life that you were intended to live, and you will never be satisfied. When you're at a stage where you are her, like your future self her, the person that you see and envision her, and you have God, baby, these two, powerful. Next thing I would wish I knew if I was a teenager. And speaking of comparison that we just talked about, the fact that social media isn't real. Let me tell you, if you spend a day with somebody who you think the life is so perfect in social media, you are going to realize, oh wow, they do what I do. What? Like, you need to stop putting people in high pedestal just because they got a lot of following. We are human. We make mistakes. Social media and real life are two different things. Some of it is real, but some of it isn't real. You really have to use your good judgment here when it comes to social media, especially the photos. Oh, let me not even start it. The Instagram photos. Social media is just an escape where you go ahead and escape reality. You know, it's gonna give you that good feeling, and then when you go in reality, you're like, dang. It's gonna make you question your life, and that's when the whole comparison thing comes into play. But like I tell you, don't compare yourself to somebody you don't know or somebody you never had like a genuine conversation with. I feel like now I should let y'all speak. Let me invite somebody to the panel. Okay, y'all, so we got a question from the audience, and her question is, I hear what you're saying. I recently graduated from high school. How can I live my best life in college? I love this question. You see, y'all are listening. College is really what you make it. If you are not involved in school clubs, if you are not going to activities, the games, like, you don't feel like college is very much so boring, which is why I definitely would say make sure once you are in college, try to join a club that is related to your major. Me, for example, I'm a part of a marketing club. So not only is this gonna help me when it comes to making connection with, if you're a business major, you know, all they talk about is connection. You need to network. Like, business is really big when it comes to networking. When it comes to me being in a club that is related to my major, now I can connect with other people who are in the same field, so that way we can be like, oh girl, you are struggling with this class too? Me too. No way. Nah, really. So definitely join a club that is related to your major. And the next thing I would say is to find a good young adult church that you can also have that churchy community, and also have some friends that are down to earth, who love to eat, trying new things, going to restaurants, exploring things like that. Honestly, college is gonna be dry if you don't do nothing, and the school classes are even drier than a dryer. Okay, so get involved, like get active, go outside. If you don't have friends, get a job so you can keep yourself busy, but not too much on the job, because you also have to have time to study. So maybe get a part-time job. Okay, so do we have another question from the audience? Okay, girl, you go. You know what, I love y'all, man. Okay, so yeah, we got a question. One of the sis says, the advice you have been giving is so good. Thank you, sis, for the compliment, but you know, she gotta give us a but. How do I go about when it comes to dressing up? And I'm really trying to get to know me when it comes to my fashion style, you know, trying to find me when it comes to the fashion sense of me. I love this question, and my advice is dress to impress. You know, I'm gonna give you guys some hypothetical scenarios here. What if my future employer see me down the street? She got a nice sense of style. I would love for her to work in my company. She got a nice sense of style. I would love for her to represent my business. When I say dress to impress where you feel comfortable, not dress to impress because that's what other people say dress to impress is. If you feel comfortable and you feel like you look cute, that is your dress to impress. You might see somebody and they really like your style and y'all become best friends. Just like that, you made a new friend based of your style. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video of 10 things I would wish I knew if I was a teenager. If you are not a teenager and you still enjoyed this video, thank you for watching all the way through, because I've been talking for a long time. You seen the sweat, you seen the edges. But yeah, thank you for watching. Share this video with somebody who you know will benefit from it, and like, comment, and subscribe for more video from your girl TheKatiJ. And I will see you guys on my next video. Bye, beautiful people. Bye, y'all. Kisses.